It is Saturday. The time is 9:06. The 20th of the 9th, 2025. FP3. And it's techier than techie things, chat. I'm here for it. I cannot wait. It's going to be, honestly, this is going to be gangbusters. I am here for it. I wasn't too enthused yesterday, but all of the plots and Charles Leclerc and low to medium wing and Lewis has got more downforce and McLaren are in. Honestly, I'm here for it. Z. It's techie. Kevin, what's going on? Good morning. Or Matty, Stephen, Delani, Nick. It's going to get to maybe Oscar is a bit too smart, hiding his speed light under a bushel potentially. I was looking at some stats. I should bring them up. I'll bring them up for qualifying because it's important. And it shows that Lando and Max have never gone really well around here. They've never ever in life. I read some of them out for you. We'll bring them up on. Your boy was running around this morning, so due diligence was in the first instance context. It's windy at the track this morning, British, and potential for rain. Hello, Max Verstappen. Do you know what I mean? Reagan-Meister settings. I swear, this is gonna get chaos. So go on then. Percentage of rain. It goes up and down like one of the. Listen, your boy needs to bring this up on bloody screen, doesn't he? It's too much chaos going on this morning, chat. I'll be honest, Stevie. The wings. I'm here for it. This is proper F1. I still argue, as far as peak F1 in 2025, it's all about quali. Can't beat a good qualifying set. I don't know who's gonna net. In fact, to that point, let's go. It is a very techie session, Ralph. This FP3. I can't contain my excitement. Go on, then. You guys are gonna have to tell me who's gonna nail this poll. I think this is one of the biggest, one of the most contentious, techiest, only for God tier F1 mind polls that we've had season to date. Round 17, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Baku, FP3 is less than T minus 22. Go on, and you guys need to tell me. Have you got Lando? Have you got Oscar? The context is this. Oscar won around here last year, of course, but he started from P2, you recall. Over the past 4 years, the pole for the Grand Prix belongs to Charles Leclerc. Yes. AKA modern day journalazy. Yes. You guys tell me who you've got. Never in your life bet against Maximilian Verstappen. In your life, ever. But around Baku, I think he switched that name for Charles Leclerc. I mean, he's passed his prologue. He's been brilliant around there. GTO, you're a legend. 50k. We'll get there, mates. Progress has been slower than I anticipated, but sometimes you just got to do what you've got to do right each and every single time. Pay zero attention to the outcomes. Only focus on the processes. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to build the commitment. Even in there's things that I've got to do. The newsletter will go out a little bit later today. By the way, front and center, you guys are legends, one and all. Mods, elated peddlers. Thank you. I make no apologies for labouring that point. If you want to join the channel, there's a join button bottom left. If you like yourself some merch, you know where to get that as well. I appreciate each and every single one of you. For this community drives and survives by dint of you guys turning up and holding my very noddy B-spec F1 feet to the flames. Always. Make no apology for saying that. In the second instance, this is going to get techie. Charles for pole, but Oscar for the race win. So go on then, David Hughes. You touch upon a pinch point, right? There's a compromise there to be had, and it's no better summarised, epitomised by the dichotomy between the two Ferrari drivers. That Lewis has tacked on more downfoot. Right, your boy's going to have to. I'm going to have to show you some of these pictures. Lewis has more. Lewis's wing is more downforcey. It's bigger than Charles Leclerc, but that means then it can take more speed through sector 2. Do they do that with Lewis? Do they go into qualifying with that setup, with a hope that Charles Leclerc might be able to give him a tow and put him on pole? Or do you realise that Charles Leclerc is the Baku Meister and that you put all your eggs in the Charles Leclerc basket? Give him a tow. Something's going to kick off. I'm telling you. Remember, of course, Charles Leclerc wasn't too pleased with the fact that Lewis Hamilton was going to get a 5-place grid penalty, and Ferrari didn't even think to give him or even try to give him a tow at the Italian Grand Prix. So how do they handle that now? With the memory of their ineptitude and incompetence at the Italian fresh in the. I don't know how they're going to handle. I swear, this is chaos. It's properly chaos. Go on then. Let me. I'm going to get some of these off. Your boys all over the shop this morning. It's chaos. But I'm here for it. 144 of you watching concurrently. Right, I need to show you some things. It's too chaos here. Go on. I'm just getting. Here's how we do this. This is easy, and I've got you guys covered here. I can nail this. Right. You guys are going to see. Here we go. I know how to do this. Right, let's go. Oh no, I've been defeated. That's not how you do it, is it, Cameron? Right, here we go. He's hoping that I don't freeze up. Don't choke, young blood. Don't choke. I want to show you guys some things. It's important, this. Will I be able to? Here we go. I've done it. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Your boy's done it. I took screenshots, but I didn't have time to load them up. So ignore me, chat. I'm a numpty. I am a numpty. You know what I mean? B-spec F1 mind. But I do need to show you these bits and bobs. It's really important. Really, really important. Right, here we go. Donald, you're a legend. I put Donald. Thank you so much, mate. You're very, very kind. Thank you so much for contributing to this beautiful community. Do you know what I mean? Again, Drive to Survive by dint of you guys and your not insubstantial shoulders. Well, let me show you guys this. This is important. I'm gonna try. Bear with me. I'm trying something. Right, here we go. Come on, Cameron, sort out your life. So this is your weather forecast. You can see what I'm doing here, chat. I'm taking screenshots. Right. Okay. We can go through. Right. So this, the difference between Charles Leclerc and Sir Lewis Hamilton's wing. Bottom is Charles Leclerc's wing, nice and skinny, super sans downforce, meaning therefore that Charles Leclerc is going to be super quick on the straights, the longest straight of all of the tracks currently on the calendar. Charles Leclerc is going to be rapid, but you'll remember that yesterday he was only a couple kilometres. In fact, he was slower than Sir Lewis on his quickest lap, meaning therefore, per Marquez, the legend of the race, that Charles Leclerc potentially was doing all those crazy lap times second on the timing sheets with a power unit turned down, normalised for that. Where's Charles Leclerc going to finish today? Not in FP3, I'm talking Q3 once they turn his power unit up to 12. It's going to get techier than techie things. What if they give Sir Lewis Hamilton a toe? And make him have the lower that I just don't even know what's going on. Here's your weather forecast all over the gaff. People are saying potentially during qualifying there'll be rain. There's been rain overnight. It is windy at the track in real time. There will be people, not least of whom Charles Leclerc with his low downforce wing, that will be struggling with wind change. You remember a couple of races ago, all of a sudden it was Lando, and then at the last minute, the wind changed and it was Oscar. It's like, do you remember? Or the vice versa. What track was this? It was Lando nailed pole, and then all of a sudden, at the last minute, the wind changed. I can't remember what track, but you get the point. Is Javier talking about the undercarriage of McLaren? Right, this is something quite interesting. I hope you guys can see this. Look, out of 24 races, so we talk about Max Verstappen and past this prologue, forward forecasting by dint of what's happened previous. If you don't learn from the mistakes of Christmas past, you are doomed to repeat them. Never ever bet against Max Verstappen in your life unless we are at Baku. Look, Max Verstappen has nailed. Look at this. Out of the 24 races currently on the calendar, Max Verstappen has taken pole at 21 of those venues. The only ones, that Max Verstappen has never got pole at: Baku, Marina Bay, Las Vegas. Is that coincidence? Correlation, comma, causation. The former does not imply the latter. Here's the race simulation. You guys can't see this properly, but whatever, we go. McLaren apparently have the best race pace. 0.13 adrift off Ferrari, according to F1.com. In qualifying trim, 0.06 adrift off Ferrari. You guys can't see this. This is a madness. We'll go past that one, whatever. And what else do you need to know? You guys hopefully can see this. This. Gone. No. Okay, so you can see this. In fact, we'll go through that at a different time. Right, whatever, Cameron. Get rid of that. Right, so you guys get I'm peeling back the fourth wall out here. Do you know what I mean? We'll go through properly later on doing qualifying, but there are some bits and bobs. Lando doesn't go well around here. Never has done. As he had the car, well, he had the car last year, but again, there was a yellow flag circumstance that prevented him from getting into Q3. If you recall, it got Listen, I'm here. I'm up for this. I'm ready. I just can't wait. T-minus 13 minutes until we get ourselves an all-important FP3. Chris Medland said it is super windy, but I'm looking at the flag in real time. It doesn't look that windy. Changeable conditions, therefore. Chris Medland, I think it's going to get. I just cannot wait. I'm here. I'm up for this now. I'm up for this. It looked like stasis, but all of a sudden the racing goes, oh, look at Bernie's hair. It is windy. Chat. So how are the low downforce lot going to manage? How's Charles Leclerc going to manage with his low downforce wing with all that bloody wind? You know what I mean? You go through the final turn and then all of a sudden. It was Lando and Oscar, wasn't it, a couple of races back, where Lando was on the pole and then all of a sudden Oscar did a lap and you got the wind behind him. So what's going on? Gave him an extra 5 kilometers coming off the final turn. Lewis really positive all of a sudden. But Lewis is really positive because he had his power unit turn up to 12. Watch when they turn Charles' power unit up. It's going to get to, I swear, I cannot wait for this. This is going to be, this 158 of you watching Kokoli, do me a favour and smash the like. This is going to be a big, I'm excited for this. It's going to be a very big session. Right, let me do something here. What time is it over with you guys? I'm 9:19 here and I'm going on like it's 6:15 in the morning or 3:13. So unused am I. Go on, who have you guys got for pole? I don't even know who I've got for pole. I'm so 33% of you think Charles Leclerc. Okay. 35% of you think Max. Okay, so now we're talking. But what about the McLarens? Oscar 25%. Oh, the humanity. It's going to get so catty. Donna, you're a legend, by the way. I appreciate you. So Racing Bulls were rapid in Sector 3. I saw Liam Lawson. And Lando Norris put that 41 flat in Sector 2. What is going on here? I don't understand, chat. This is just a man. I tried my best. McLaren without the flexi winger cooked on the pitch straight. I don't know what's going on. Dinner time, you're a legend, mate. Manic. What's Space saying? Yes, but more wing means more HP low carpet. True. Needs to have 9 knives. 120 AM. Jesus. 007, your legend. 6:20 PM here in Sydney. Decent time for you then, John. It's going to be chaos later on doing qualifying there. So go on then. I'm trying to suss this out. By the way, I looked at the odds yesterday with a view to maybe put a cheeky Maximilian Verstappen betting. If you are not a betting degenerate, do not become one. Therefore, that's my recommendation. That's the only advice or counsel that you're going to get from this channel. However, oh, the humanity indeed, Pete. However, it's significant. A, Maximilian Verstappen, you're not going to get decent odds on him at the moment. B, Charles Leclerc is favourite to put it on pole. even more of a favourite than Lando Norris. I need to go back and check those odds. Good morning, Kira. I hope you're good. Bearman did good also. It's techie, this. I'm telling you, I can't wait. I can't remember being this excited for a qualifying session for a while. It's uncertainty and it's stakes. Principally, I don't know who's going to smash out qualifying. There's like 4 that could all nail it, right? 5 even. Lewis, Charles, Lando, Oscar, Maximilian Verstappen. I have no idea. Nick Markey, you're a legend. Is Akajo going to give Max Slipstream for a seat next year? I think he's already got it. Rick. The rumour in the paddock is that it's already signed and sealed. So, I mean, we spoke about this last week, didn't we? But then all of us are just looking at Lando, flipping Nora. Why do they make their life difficult, for Pete's sake? Keep it out the war, Lando. Are we not competing for a championship? I get it. Stop being so harsh, Cameron. Drivers make mistakes. The walls are really tight around here, and you've got to thread the needle around Baku. I understand it. There are going to be mistakes, Nick Marker. But why always Lando? I feel like the Mario Balotelli t-shirt. Why always Lando? Always bloody Lando. This track, like last race, tipping Max pole. But he doesn't do well around it. Maybe it's a chat. Maybe the trend is your friend until there's a bend. They always say in financial services circles. But I'll read out a couple. Go on then. I was looking through we'll go through some of Max's bits and bobs, because I was looking at them. I was like, surely not. Surely we're not talking about Max Verstappen here. Go on then. Thus far, I know this is hang on. You're just looking at Max and you're like, nah, this can't be Max. We can't be talking about Max. Surely he's got to have put it on pole here. No poles. I was like, what? No chance. Oh, here we go. To Anthony Davidson talking about the flag last time around. Okay. Right, look at this. Of Max Verstappen, these are the stats. This is what you need to know. His only qualifying loss over the last 57 races dating back to Monaco 2023 was Checo Perez in Baku 2024. It's like the only Achilles heel, if Max Verstappen has one, is Baku. Baku, continues Daniel Valente on Twitter, legend of all data and statistics concerning F1. Baku is the only circuit that Max Verstappen has a losing qualifying head-to-head record in his career. He's won 3. He's lost 4. What? Is this just circumstances? I know Max Verstappen. I just don't. Oh, bloody Nora. Did you hear that? Anthony Davidson said George was about to put the fastest lap in until he had It's chaos. You got to throw George in there, right? Arvid for Racing Bulls, 100%. No, I think he'll be the driver proper. And you think they'll keep Tsunoda for next year, Max? I don't know. I'm not sure. Here we go. Let me read it. I need to finish this. Baku is one of 10 circuits that Max doesn't have a pole at. Sochi, Singapore, Portugal, Nürburgring, Mugello, Las Vegas, Malaysia, Istanbul, Hockenheim. But half of them circuits don't even exist on the... Baku and Singapore are the only circuits he's raced at, plus 8 times, more than 8 times without a pole. What? That just makes no sense. I don't know. I just... Averaging less than 10 points per start in Baku. That's Max Verstappen. What? Who? 2 of his 3 DNFs at Baku. So he's got 3 DNFs at Baku, Max Verstappen. One was the Danny Rick, and then one was the tyre blowout in 2021, of course. What's going on? Maybe it's anomaly. Maybe it is an anomaly. I don't know. I don't know. Nürburgring will come. Fair play. Not in an F1 car just yet, but I just don't know. Enjoy your beverage from the lake of humility. I see TWO. Let's go. I don't know. Marcus said they need 1.5 tenths. I think they need a little bit. But again, Max is worth 2 tenths, isn't it? I just don't know what's going on. Max never liked street track, says Kira. Interesting. When he's got his eye in, he's a demon around Monaco. I just don't understand. He doesn't like that. You're right, Kira. He always says he's not a big fan of street circuits. He wants to drive. Look at them picking up the debris off the track. Oh my gosh, it's windy, and this dude's picking up a whole tree from the track. A branch, indeed. Yeah. Bogey track for Max. Unbelievable. I didn't think he had an Achilles heel. So if there was a track around which the rules didn't apply, the rule being that you're never back against Max Verstappen, this might be it. Lando's going to do a Lando. Lando's not even good around here either. Don't believe me. Hang on. I went through Daniel Volante's stats yesterday and picked out all the most pertinent ones. They're all on my phone though, not on a screen, because I'm a numpty. That's why. Do you know what I mean? I'm an absolute numpty. All right, look at this. Go on then, let's read out the context. Harry Benjamin on deck, by the way. David Croft, absent on leave. It is round 17. This is the close of the European leg. It is Baku. It is Azerbaijan. The circuit context is this. Compounds C6, C5, C4. Track distance 6 kilometers, 51 laps, 1 minute 40.203 track lap record per Charles Leclerc. 27 meters elevation, 366 kilometers per hour. The longest straight of all the tracks currently on the calendar. C4, C5, C6. It's going to be techie. The mediums will be the quickest around here because you put on the C6, the softest, and come sector 3, you're struggling, mate. Sector 2 is going to take it out of there's too many 90-degree turns. There's too many medium duration, low speed ones. It's techie around here. What's going on, Hanny? I hope you're good. Will Russia. Oh my gosh, Ron, I can't. Ron there. I haven't seen you in ages, chap. But it puts a smile on my face to see you, mate. New Zealand deserves a GP. Have you tasted there? But let's go, Space. Baku is the worst track for Max by far. Rins picked up. Let me tell you about Lando, because it's not like Lando doesn't struggle. Lando and Max, as their bogey tracks, have Baku. We are there. Lando Norris has 5 entries around here. He's raced 5 times around here. Best finish, 4th. Okay, so he's only had the car 2 years, but still. Best starting position in Baku, 7th. 2019 and 2023. 7th last year was anomalous. You remember the yellow flag incident that made sure he didn't get through to... I know it ruined his lap in Q3, excuse me. You remember that? People were like, listen, just feather the throttle and get your lap in, and he didn't do it. Like, he didn't... He's a bit green, his Lando sometimes, or at least he was around there last year. Q3 appearances, 3. Podiums in Baku for Lando, 0. Points finishes, 5. Last year he gained 11 positions from P15 to P4, so he didn't get through to Q3. Excuse me. He's most since Mexico 2023 when he went from P17 to P5. Baku last year was the last time he failed to make Q3 in his only non-Q3 appearance since the start of 2024. Baku also is his only Q1 elimination in his last 41 races. It was anomalous, wasn't it? But see the yellow flag, Lando, the risk of bloody safety car and yellow flags in qualifying and chaos and madness. He's one of these. So you can't afford, this is a lesson, chat, for qualifying later on. What you can't afford to do is be the last one. I understand track evolution. You want to invest in track evolution PLC. I get it. But what you also want to invest in is a cheeky banker lap. Lando, no. Learn your lesson, therefore, from last year's, lest you be doomed to repeat the mistakes of Christmas past. Surely, banker lap, it's important. You can't afford to be in the barrier. Lando Norris, aka Justin from Stranger Things. Do you know what I mean? Engineers have been a poor night sorting out your bloody car, fixing the suspension and the gearbox because you yeeted it into the barrier. That accident, by the way, as I look back at it, it looks a lot like, it reminds me a lot like of Max, Saudi Arabia 2021. Just a bit greedy on the accelerator for no reason. Misses the apex. Has Oscar been pinged for anything? No. Reprimand, Space Ghost is what he got. Man, the McLaren fiasco, the last race has hammered Lando. Got booed on the... I mean, if there were a driver that cares about what people think, he would have a name, and his name is Lando Norris, right? Booed. Got booed on the podium. And all the tifosi were like, Lando jumps up there. Boo! Do I agree with being a driver that's just risked his life for your own entertainment? Not necessarily. Do I understand, however, why Lando Norris got booed because of the bloody manipulation of the McLaren team. I do understand it. I'm going to be honest. I do. I understand it. It makes sense to me. It does make sense. Would I have booed Lando? Probably not. I think it's a bit harsh. Lando's the modern day Johnny Herbert. How very dare you run rail? No chance, mate. What's up, Petraheads? Neil, you're a legend. Yo Windsor said Kimi will do well because of slow corners. It's a good shout, and he's been very close to George. This is one of those ones where you'll see. I mean, Peter D. Windsor's been banging that drum for about 2 years, right? Kimi Antonelli's really good on the short corners. Everybody else said the F1 muggles were like, no, the quicker ones is where his high minimum speed will see him through. Mr. D. Windsor doesn't miss very often. He might not butt 1,000, but he comes very clear. He passes the Mendoza line, contrary to popular opinion. You'll see it here. Lando reminds me so much of James Hunt. Only saw a few races of his. I don't hate that, guys. I don't hate that. I need to see Charles Wing. Lando's the English David Cole. How very dare you? Don't let Easy G hear you say this. Lando's getting a lot. But the joke is Lando will come in for Lando and then he'll go and drop it on pole. Be typical of Lando because he's quick, he's rapid. He's very, very windy. Bad news for Ferrari. They always struggle with it 100%, especially Charles. Charles still, look at car 44. I know Lewis has got the bigger wing on. The two options that you have around here. Low to medium downforce or medium downforce. And it looks like Lewis has still got the medium on. I have to say your lighting is great, Cameron, and the camera is sharp. Do you use Riverside? I need to tinker with it, mate. It's too the contrast is a bit chaos. No, I use it's all about OBS, Neil, and you can tinker with it. I download myself OBS and just the camera's a Sony A1 something. Can't remember. I bought it 1,000 years ago now. No chance Lando world champion over Oscar. Doesn't have the mental toughness even. Yeah, I hear that, Dave. I was listening to a podcast over the weekend, though. I was listening to so on the race, if you join their Patreon, they've got a series where they talk about driver styles. And Hughesy, I mean, you've got to give Hughesy some credit. And Ed Straw, both of them are god-tier journalists because all F1 journalists are created equal, but some are created more equal than others. Those two legends, whatever you want to say about the race or whatever. But both of them, when talking about Oscar and Lando, said that they think Oscar's quicker in absolute terms as far as his performance. And I agree with them. I agree. Outside of the pressure cooker that is Formula One and the Drivers' Championship and turning up every single race and 24 races around the world and blah, blah. Outside of all that, if they were just rocking up to Rye House, I think Lando would... I bet my life that Lando would beat Oscar. But when you put all those other bits and bobs together, I think it's... Yeah, I think it's techie. Appreciate you, Nick Marker. You're a legend, mate. We try. We do try sometimes. Let's go for Saturday night. Saturday night's going to be chaos, league. I'm telling you. So the schedule is we'll go live, of course. Now we'll go live 30 minutes before qualifying, which is going to be chaos. Your boy's going to lose his mind, and then of course we'll go live Saturday night, 8 p.m. British Standard Time for the Saturday night show. It's going to be chaos. Track hazard all over the shop, Nick Marker, because the wind is so strong that it's blowing the bloody brambles and oh my gosh, are we delayed? We are delayed. We should be FP3 by now, eh? Huh. What's going on here then, chat? Interesting. What's going on here? We should be going. I think there'll be debris on the track. You can see them clearing it off. Can we finally agree that Ferrari's a fast car, but they clearly made some errors in certain places, like whatever the concept with the suspension is causing bottom out. So, Neil, thank you for asking that question. So you've touched upon my PhD level topic. So Ferrari, coming, tick short snaps coming. We haven't started just yet, mate. No, Easy G's going to take the day off and then come back for qualifying when his boy Lando has nailed it. Right, Ferrari. the problem with Ferrari is that a couple of things. In the first instance, they had the quickest car at the back end of last year, didn't they? And then instead of building on that incremental improvement settings, they went and changed their whole car, which of course makes perfect sense in the final year of the rule and reg set. Of course, perfect sense. Why not? Do you know what I mean? Absolute nonsense. Why would they do? So they changed 90% of the quickest car on the grid in the dying embers of 2024. What are we doing? Soraya the pleb, you're a legend. Finest content creator. Your eloquence is remarkable and I truly abide. We'll get there, Soraya. I'm not worthy of that level of praise just yet. In the end, I'll get there. They're still giving interviews. Hi Cameron, hi everyone. Made it to a live session. First in a while, but I don't miss an episode. And Dash, you're a legend, mate. Honestly, the day oneers, when I see you guys coming, it makes me happy. Do you know what I mean? I know you guys can't make every stream. I mean, we go twice a day sometimes, three times a day on the weekend. Do you know what I mean? We do try. We do at best endeavours sometimes. Behrman is out on track. There we go. So we do have cars out on track. T-minus 53 minutes. They haven't done that very well, to be fair. I didn't get the sense of suspense that I felt like I needed. So we are 53 minutes left on the docket. V-carb on track. It is Liam Lawson. Oh, nobody's running just yet because it's too bloody windy. Interesting. Look at that. Go on then. Yeah, somebody asked the question about Ferrari. Did I watch the 200 meter sprint? General, I was begging that Brian. He's very clutch. He's Noah. He's very clutch. I'm not his biggest fan necessarily, but he gets it done. Do you know what I mean? He's anti Lando Norris. Braun Burn, Todd Schumacher, the Ferrari from 98 all the way to 2004, maybe even 2005 and 6. Simply incredible incremental evolution. But I mean, you don't. It's the holy trinity of F1, isn't it? Those guys. They're like. Has there ever been a stronger trio in F1 history? I mean, it's almost like. It's a guarantee for success. Go on and let's talk about Ferrari. So Ferrari made a very noddy decision, I think, to change 90%. I think a portion of that's lost in translation. Like maybe it's embellishing. Maybe they didn't change 90%. Maybe they changed 50%. Whatever. But to change the car, to do the paradigm shift, to start tinkering with pull rod suspension at the front, all of a sudden in the final year of the rule and reg doesn't make sense. When you do the pull rod, you can't design these cars in silos. Do the pull rod at the front and you've got to start adjusting things and encasing the gearbox at the rear to make, do you know what I mean, to do the sexy things with the beam that Adrian Newey. So like you can't design these cars in silos. And so I say that to say, as far as Ferrari, what they came into 2025 with, as far as their SF25 iteration of car, is a car that was fast, as was the Mercedes W13, in a vacuum. Adrian Newey in How to Build a Racing Car, his book always says that you want to build a car that's fastest in the most frequently occurring circumstance as far as track challenges, being medium to high speed turns, just like McLaren have done. And as far as climate and contours and all the different chat. But what they've done is build a car that only works when it's super close to the ground. Now what they're struggling with is that they can't get the car in its most optimal ride height window because they always risk excessive plank wear. So what you saw in China was Lewis Hamilton had everything that he needed, right? Confidence in the rear, he was good on the brakes, he had the downforce through the high speed, everything, because they were able to run the car sufficiently low to the ground, its ground effect era. As soon as they jack up the car, you take the car out of its optimal operating window and it becomes the Mercedes W13, right? A zero pod concept with no speed, and they're bloody they're trying to manage around it, and that's what they've been doing ever since. Excessive plank wear, they can't DNF again because it's too shameful. Long-term contracts don't work. Oof. Are you alluding to Toto? Oof. Toto said, listen, if you need a long-term contract to perform, then you're not a performer. What? Tailwind slightly. Go on then, the wind. Here is what you need to know about the wind. We are T minus 49 minutes away from a checkered flag at FP3, round 17. Azerbaijan, the Baku got. I'm telling you, this is going to be chaos. Right, your climate. Climate. Can't read. 6.8 kilometers per hour coming in from the east. Take note of these, chat, because it's gonna get more tech. Go on. I'm gonna take a cheeky screenshot of this. Nobody's going out there. It's too dangerous, isn't it? Not useful to go out in like hurricane conditions unless the hurricane conditions ensue for qualifying, and then it's going to be super useful. This is going to be. I'm telling you, this is going to be a madness. I'm keen. The Sky go to a break. Nothing doing, and then look at that. It's changed already. Oh my gosh! So about 60 seconds ago, the wind was coming in 7 kilometers from the east. Now, 10 seconds later, it's 10.4 kilometers from the northeast. What? Right, we're going to have to keep monitoring this. These guys are going to, you're going to see loads of offs and lots of bloody yellow flags because it's literally changing. It's changing by orders of magnitude by the second at the moment. That's chaos, chat. I'm just looking at the wind here. T minus 49 minutes and it was 7 kilometers per hour coming in from the east. 2 minutes later, what is going on? Okay, we've got a problem, I think. I think we might have a problem here. There's just going to be too many offs. All of these drivers are going to, in quali, all of these drivers are going to have to put in banker laps early. It's going to be like the M25, full traffic settings early on each and every single session. Because you can't look at that now. So it was 10.4 kilometers and now it's gone down to 6 kilometers per hour coming in from the east. Oh my gosh. Yeah, good luck. You're going to need a tow, but the tow is going to be difficult. As near as makes no difference, impossible to execute for. I think they're going to struggle. Hell yeah, Lewis Hamilton still has it. Says hybrid. Let's hope so. As Ford found a HD shirt. Let's go. Don't hate that. Lewis still has it. He really does, says Stephen. Maybe the GOAT. Car's going to crash. It's going to be too techie. Isn't it too detrimental not to sit on pole, given they can overtake? I think overtaking is difficult around it. You've just got the big straight, right? Isn't it too detrimental to not sit on pole, given they can overtake? So what Michael's alluding to there, Lando's in trouble, mate. So you've got to make a call, right? You can't be all things to all people around there. Either you low downforce your wing as Charles Leclerc has, and face the ramifications, downside ramifications in the race, because your tyres are going to dead quicker than the others behind you who have a higher downforce wing, or you go high downforce and then sacrifice your one lap speed with a view to invest in lower tyre mitigation PLC and race pace. I don't know. No risk. I think Charles Leclerc, being a gunslinger, the straight shooter that he is, I think he'll want to. He'll go low downforce, back himself to put it on pole, and then roll the dice. Do you know what I mean? Better to ask for forgiveness than permission from the racing gods. Behrman is a fan on the humanity space. Baku would be one of the best tracks to go to. Nice city, not too expensive. I've heard it's not too bad. Have you guys seen this dude that's going to all the Grand Prix this year on £20,000? He's got a budget. He's on TikTok. I can't remember his name, but he's getting a lot of fame. Gone viral. Cam top of the morning. What's going on, Michael? I hope you're good. I'm brave. No risk. Oh, there. Good evening from us, Cam and chat. Non-stop ads driving me crazy. Have I got ads? Oh no. I had to be mad on the Sky Feed. I thought I'd taken off the ads on here, but maybe I need to. I don't want to do the Sky Sports F1. Most important question is whose site's going to impede. Lewis is not a GOAT for me, but I respect him even more after his last post on Instagram. Lewis is on the right side of history. Oh my gosh, is that Lando Norris in the barrier again? Short snaps. I'd love to be, but I can't. Short snaps. I appreciate the way you've worded that. Is it worth? Look, I was reading a book over the week, and I think one of the reasons why I gravitate to sports, especially when Max is doing something different and being a different, or Lewis back in the days, it's a form of escapism. The world is far too serious at the moment, right? With everything that's going on, I'd love to set up another channel and just talk politics with you, but I think it's I don't know, it's too divisive at the moment. I need to escape from that. It's far too serious, far too insidious. People are losing their lives out here. I can't. Maybe another channel needs to be set up and we could talk about all the politics and whatever. But on here, I've got to keep it focused on F1. Lewis can talk about all the stuff that he wants to. Do you know what I mean? Whether it be people from, I've got friends either side of that fence, and so I just can't even speak. I can't speak to it. No is purple sector. Indeed, but there's nobody out on track, so purple sector is a relative term, eh? Am I catching a cold? I hope not. Right. Lewis has proved that he can't win without a rocket ship that corners the F1 Jesus. I'm not sure that's true, mate. Did you watch 2012? Didn't Lewis Hamilton win races in 2012? You're talking about win championships. I had 3 YouTube channels banned because of exopolitics. Imagine. Freedom of speech, yeah. This is what's going on. The world is mad, Neil. I can't even do it. I'm doing the political thing, don't worry. James, I can't. I'm not going to, mate. I'm not going to. Lando bottling coming. Yeah, no, the world is too mad for me not to leverage some high-level god-tier escapism at the altar of Formula 1 and sports. I just can't. I don't. It's too much. It is too much. 251 if you're watching Kokoni. Do me a favour and smash the like. If you like the stream, therefore, like the stream. Do it now. It means a lot. It's important. Please. I don't want to labour the point. Go on then. I can't, James. I can't. Can't, Joe. %, Ben. Now, I appreciate you saying that, Ben. Now, it has to be like my It's too much, isn't it? If you're that way inclined, there are other channels that you can see, but I don't want to. I can't. Go on, then, Oscar. Let's have a gander. We've got some drivers out on track. Lando Norris is going. Oh, look at Lando's gone 45.8, but slower critically than Ollie Behrman. The track circumstances changing by the second, and Lando will know more than most since he was denied a cheeky pole earlier on in the season by dint of a last-minute wind change. Here we go. Oscar Piastri's on one here. Look at this, 42.2. Huh. Jamie Chadwick of God tier level insight saying that Oscar Piastri is about to nail. He's going to nail it. Microsector's purple all over the shop. 42.2. He's gone half a second quicker than Lando. Oh my gosh. Yeah, a second quicker. He was half a second quicker in sector 1 alone. But look at them. 42 as a benchmark. You'll recall that yesterday Lando Norris put in a 41 second sector 2. So what's going on now? Is that the wind? 1.7 seconds or 1.2 seconds adrift of Lando Norris's sector 2 time. 100 quid on Birmingham possible. Gonna be a gazillionaire. Hybrid, take it, mate. If you're that way inclined. If you are that way inclined. But don't become a betting degenerate if you're not already one. Not worth it. Joe. Anywhere. Doesn't matter where you're talking, but where is a safe haven to talk about politics? In the world. Tell me one, Joe. Where is the safe haven? Right now. given the events of the most recent weeks? No. No, thanks. Ali Behrman is basically no F1 rookie in Baku. He's good, isn't he? Wind is even faster than, even less, so it's gone to 2.5. So go on then, the wind tracker was 6.8 kilometers per hour 10 minutes ago. Then 5 minutes ago, it skipped to 10.4 kilometers per hour coming in from the northeast, and now it's 2.5 kilometers per hour. So that's why everybody's coming out and trying to put in a cheeky time, because the wind's died down. 44.7 rounded from Charles Leclerc, quickest to do in sector 1. Ollie Behrman, eh? Softer tyre. Ollie Behrman's done that lap on hards, by the way. I wonder if he just capitalised that he did that time when it was windy, didn't he? So maybe he's just got both. No, I don't think so, Kartik. I think they're both. I think Lando. I think Lewis has still got the low medium. Can we get faded in sports bet? Don't know what you mean, Michael. I've got no bets. If I were, oh good, I put the mortgage on Matt, so either way I break even. I don't think you better at. Don't never bet against Mats, but if there were an exception to that rule. Check out the. You want to look at Lewis's versus Charles. I think Lewis will still be going for a higher downforce wing, but he's quicker still. It's interesting. Hey, Cameron Amazi, Oscar. But you are aware the GOAT of you are the GOAT of F1. Dave, you're a legend, mate. You guys that have been here since long time. It makes me really happy. Albon 2026 champ confirmed. Australia is still okay. Probably one of the only places, David, in the world. Everywhere else. Cam, ask F1 if you can get an AI feed and become the first to watch along. They're in that space. I'll be peeling back the fourth wall to give you an... F1 are about 10,000 years behind like football and NBA, and NBA actively encourage YouTubers to use their footage because they understand that the more people that are talking about it and making videos about it, the more people will tune into the games and so pay for the bloody subscriptions yearly. F1 though, you're just like, no, that's our intellectual property. You cannot even use not even 0.1 seconds worth of F1 footage because that's how they just don't understand. They'll catch up in the end, but it'll probably be about 10 years. It'll probably be about 10 years before there's like streams. Can you get playback cams? So we've got... I can't, no, they're too, not for now, Michael. Hopefully in the end, mate. Hopefully in the end. Congrats on a 50k, just noticed. I know, hybrid, we should do a 50k stream, but I almost, it feels weird celebrating. It's you guys that have done that. Lando Norris, fastest middle sector. 41.7, still 7/10 adrift of his 41. Do you remember Lando put in that 41, a blitzkrieg quick 41 second sector 2 and then pitted? He's gone quickest though. Look at that, 43.6. There we go. There's a lap. Where's Easy G? Easy G's going to pop in any seconds. Absolutely not safe for politics in Australia. Granny's in a Facebook page. It's everywhere is chaos. No, but I appreciate you saying that, hybrid. Yellow flag circumstance, ever so slightly, briefly, fleetingly so. There's a lap front. So Antonelli comes in second, half a second behind Lando. Go on, I need to see a sign. There we go. I need to see a sign from Charles. And we are about to see one, chat. 316 kilometers per hour through the speed trap, Charles Leclerc. He goes half a second faster than Lando Norris through sector 1. Come off the hour, come off the Baku specialist, Charles Leclerc. Look at that, 41.2. So he's gone half a second. He's right. He's tracking to be a second quicker than Lando Norris. He's 43.6. What are we doing here? Chat, place it. Oh, and then he's gone yellow. Wow. And then he started to do yellow. And I know he's still going for it. He's going to be a second quicker here, chat. 42.5, I reckon, incoming from Charles Leclerc. So long as he keeps his foot in through sector 3. Purple. Oh, only a 43.0. So he's lost a lot of time in sector 3. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So he lost half a second in sector 3. I think Charles Leclerc made a mistake. There we go, chat. Charles Leclerc has entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Just as forecast, as we've been talking about for the past 24 hours. I didn't see the end. I saw him make a mistake, but go on, I'm just watching the replay. I heard them talking about it. I've got the feed on this end. I think I'm going to have to, aren't I? Hybrid. It would be disingenuous of me not to. Ferrari. And look at that, Chad. They've turned at the power unit now, yeah. 321 kilometers per hour from Charles Leclerc on that last tour. Charles Leclerc has entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Cam Lewis is too worried about F1, but Michael, I can't. I can't, mate. Sadly, I can't, chap. There's nothing that I can say that will solve for anything about that stuff. It's too chaotic, mate. I can't. I'm sorry, Michael. I'd love to do, mate, but P15 Hamilton yawn, says F1 Jesus. Come off the hour. Come off the Charles Leclerc, specialist around there. Go on then, Max. That's a word, mate. I think Max is going to have to take downforce out of that rear wing to stand a chance. Going to have to do what he did at the British Grand Prix. Jeez. 43.4, half a second adrift, or 0.4 even. It's not bad from Max, though. I don't hate that. But that's blitzkrieg from Charles. Imagine Charles gets the bloody sector 3 right. And by the way, wind still coming in from the east now, but 4.7 kilometres. Over the past half an hour, we've seen 4.5, 5.4, 10.4 kilometres per hour coming in from the northeast. 6.8 kilometres per hour wind coming in from the east. Oh, modern day journal lazy. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Charles Leclerc has entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Lest we forget, of each of the last 5 qualifying sessions around here, Charles Leclerc is undefeated, undisputed. Pound for pound, never lost a round. Very difficult, therefore, to out-qualify this chap around this circuit. He's a specialist around it. Sometimes some people are just, some tracks just suit certain drivers. Do you know what I mean? It was nigh on impossible to out-qualify Ayrton Senna around Monaco. Just give up. It was never going to happen. And Charles Leclerc is that dude around. Go on then. We're having a look at Lewis Hamilton. Oh my God! Lewis Hamilton goes top. What? On 325 kilometers per hour. What the fudge? 42.9. Goes half a tenth quicker than Charles Leclerc. Why is Harry Benjamin not talking about anything? Did he get a toe, chat? Huh. Hamilton P1. John Alazy overrated. I don't know. We'll see. That is chaos. So go on then. Let's have a look. I want to have a look at this. 41. Oh, it's the... Yeah, it's Charles. He got a toe, didn't he? Albon's tyre. Right, I need to dissect for this. Go on then. Charles Leclerc was 0.2 seconds quicker. 0.25. So let's just call it 0.3 rounded. 0.3 quicker than Lewis going through sector 1. And then another 0.3 going through sector 2. Flipping Nora. If he even matches. Yeah, I think Charles Leclerc can do it. Charles Leclerc's got time in hand there. Chat. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. And then Lewis was 325 kilometers per hour going through the speed trap. Oof. Do you think Hamilton? Maybe. I might need to start. Who do I take out though? TWM's like, Lewis, get in there, Lewis. I test. Right, but the thing that concerns me, outside of my inherent skepticism as far as all things said, I don't want to celebrate too soon, chat. The problem is for Lewis, he's tracking through sector 1. I'm talking about Lewis versus Charles. Charles, remember, made a big mistake in sector 3. Through sector 1, Charles is 0.3, 3/10 quicker. Sector 1 alone, 3/10 quicker than Lewis. Through sector 2, Charles 0.6 quicker. Bloody no, here we go. Here are the big boys. So basically, I say all that to say that Charles cumulatively through sector 1 and sector 2 is about a second quicker than Lewis. It's only in sector 3 where he lost all the time because Charles Leclerc made a mistake. I think Charles Leclerc, if he puts together the lap, it might be a bit techie. TWM might be a bit techie. Daddy Oscar is cooking. Jamie Chadwick stealing. Clearly, evidently listening to the chat. Do you know what I mean? Carlos Sainz goes second on a 42.9. Oscar Piastri tops your timing sheets with T minus 29 minutes and 25 seconds remaining on a 42.7. Interesting from Lewis. Very interesting. See, everyone's doing these laps on softs. Everybody's saying that the mediums are going to be the quickest. So people are saving them, therefore. Hajar up to 6th. Go on then, you runners and riders with T minus 29 minutes left on the FP3 docket. Oscar Piastri, 42.7, tops your timing sheets from Sainz, Hamilton, Leclerc, Max Verstappen in the 5th, Hajar 6th, Albon, Norris, Tsunoda-san and Liam Lawson in 10th. Pierre Gasly confessing his sins. Oof. Carlos Sainz. Oh, yeah, true. Very good, Harry Benjamin. Is that Carlos Sainz senior or junior? For I cannot tell the difference. I hurt my thumb crashing into the wall, says Gasly. OJP, David. Aussies, stand up. I think your boy's going to go well around there. I reckon the fight for pole might be between Oscar and Charles. Jomo, the legend, that is. Good people, drop a like. Do me a favour, if you like the stream, because Jomo said so. He was in sector. He was in the first sector and got hit with a yellow, so he had to pull out. Who are you talking about? See, I missed it, mate. I reported you for uncalled slander of Sir Lewis. Wind playing a key part. It's going up and down, right? It's going to be a lot of luck. OJP has entered the chat. 1000%. And breathe. Why am I saying that? It's not even qualifying yet, but I'm nervous. This has rendered me breathless, or something like that. JP legend. The legend that is JP. A good friend's cursing me for not having put Lewis in the poll. TWM, between TWM and JP, I'm getting smashed. TWM, you tell me in the chat, who do I take out of that chat, of that poll, to put Lewis in for TWM? And I'll reissue the poll. But you tell me, TWM, who am I taking out? You want me to take out Max? To bet against Max is one thing, but to take him out of the top 4 poll, I don't know if I've got that in me. I'll be honest with you. That's crazy talk. It's too much. Do you know what I mean? Bit reachy. Near miss. I'm a little bit behind on my visual, by the way. Chat T minus 26 minutes left on the docket. 400 of you in the chat, do me a favour, smash the like, please. It matters more than you might realise, chat. Take Lando out. Oh my gosh. Take Lando out. See, okay, you guys are if I take Lando out and Lando drops it on pole, yeah, it be on your head. Let the pole sit. It's fair, says Outlaw. Outshot. No, I'm not taking out Max. Go on, let's go. Let's have a look at the odds. You've got to add Williams to pole. They're in a behave yourself. You have to earn the pole for pole. Piastri's Italian, so is Danny Rick. You're welcome, Australia. Jeez. How are we getting to replace Lando with Liz? All right, then. It be on your head, chat. When I take out Lando and Lando goes and drops it on pole, I'm telling you, I don't want to hear anything. That McLaren is still quick. Quicker than quick things. I'm going to change the pole because the people demand it. Put Lewis in there. Everybody, you know what the joke is? Every time let me tell you, I'll let you into a secret. Let me peel back the 4-4. Every time I put out one of those polls, season to date, remember we were round 17, every single race I put out the poll, Lewis is very rarely, if ever, in the top 4 as far as favourites per the odds makers. So I just lift and drop from there, right? It's the best. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's the best benchmark. And every single time I put out the poll for poll, I get a ton of Sir Lewis Hamilton fans saying, oh, where's Lewis? Put Lewis in the poll. When has Lewis dropped it on poll this year? I'll wait. This is round 17. They didn't even come close, not once. So what are we talking about? For the Grand Prix? I know, little pleb, I've caved, haven't I? But you know what? We'll do it because it's an interesting experiment. We're peeling back the 4th where, oh, where's Lewis on the qualifying poll? Blah, blah, blah. It's not 2020. And it's not even 2018. It's not 2007 anymore. It's 2025. So don't think that Lewis Hamilton's a brilliant driver yet and still. But let's not pretend like Lando in the papaya coloured car that's the quickest in 2025 is... He shouldn't be in there. But this is a sprint, Emil. So it's a sprint, mate. Max has entered the chat. Go on then. Let me right, I'm gonna change the poll and it be on your head. Whoever TWM, JP. We're playing prediction games here. I'm gonna change it and I'm gonna leave it there. Don't lecture us, Cam. Hybrid, I'm telling you, every single time I don't include Lewis in the poll for the qualifying poll. Where's Lewis? Put Lewis in there. Albert, where's Lewis? And then I hear nothing from said Sir Lewis Hamilton fans after qualifying when he hasn't put it on poll again. Doesn't have the card. He's not quick enough. It's just the truth. Well, you think Lewis is going to put it on poll ahead of Charles? I'll take bets. Do you know what I mean? I will take bets. Replace Lando. Listening while on my way to see Man United. Oh my gosh, it's a big game, Liam. It was a big game. Liam, you're a legend, mate, and far too kind as always. I hope you get a good game. I hope you get a really good game, mate. I know, very lucky, Michael. I don't hate that. Go on, let me get poll. I'm gonna change this. Go on, I'll put Lewis first for you lot. Oscar. Put Lewis on the poll. You're talking about. And, you know, after I said that, I bet Lewis puts it on 5th. I bet. You mean to tell me that Lewis is gonna? I don't know. I suppose the Ferrari's quick. And Lewis isn't slow. Go on then. I've revamped it. TWM. JP, the legend that is. I'm going to hold you both to account, mate. If Lewis so much as qualifies on pole, then I'm a fool. This is going to get pole and then gifted the WDC. I don't know. Day 3000. I'm not cutting my hair until United. Let's go. United wins 2 games in a row. 34% of you think Lewis is going to drop it on pole. Uh-oh. Max Verstappen is about to enter the chat. 0.2 only. He got a cheeky toe, did Max? 42.2. Huh. Why is my thing not refreshing? Huh. I'm nervous here. Right, let me go and check some odds because I'm scared of walls. Get that, Michael. This is chaos. Right. Nice, we'll take out the wall. Somebody will hit the wall. There's so much luck, and this is probably, I mean, if you're a betting degenerate, this is probably the one qualifying session that you might want to avoid. Lest we forget Lando Norris last year. Doesn't make it to Q3. Bloody Norris. Charles is on one here. $45.955. From Charles going for it again, isn't he? Max Verstappen, by the way, purple second sector. Charles Leclerc kisses the wall once again. F1 that button, says Z, you're a legend, mate. Yellow microsectors from Charles all the way. The joke is Charles to do a quicker lap. You won't need to do anything blitzkrieg. There we go. So he's going to go rapid. He's going to go quicker here. So long as he does a sector 3 that's sensible. Bloody Nora, Charles. Chill out, mate. Franz is also warming up. But so too is Charles Leclerc. He just needs to do a serious... We'll go quicker. If Uh-oh. Max Verstappen has entered the chat. Goes purple sector 1, Max. 42.3. Okay, no change, Charles Leclerc. Oh, Max Verstappen, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. 35.7. Goes 0.2 quicker than Charles in sector 1. Uh-oh. 0.2. Uh-oh. Max Verstappen is carrying 0.4, chat. Oh, my gosh. Trevor, you're a legend. Let's see. Oh, my gosh. And he's going green through sector 3. So how much is he carrying? He's carrying 0.2 and he's carrying an additional 0.2. So he's about to go 41 here, chat. Max Verstappen, so long as he carries some speed through sector 3. High 41s maybe from Max. 41! Max Verstappen has entered the chat. Never in your life, Cameron CC, do you bet against Max Verstappen. Never in your life. Holy shoot. Holy shoot. The wind has changed. 7.6 kilometers per hour coming in from the east. Holy shoot. Max chat is 7-1 to put it on pole. Rick. You know, and you feel like, hang on. I feel like I'm Neo and I've just seen the black cat walk past me twice. Am I the only one with a sense of deja vu that's just overcome me? Lewis Hamilton is on the floor also. It's a good shout. Thank you for. I'm discombobulated, chat. I feel like Z. I feel like I'm a bit late to the odds. Oh my gosh. Go on then, Lewis. Lewis is carrying. So Lewis a 10th off Max's time through sector 1 and 3/10 off. So he's running a low 42s here, Lewis. If he can do something in sector 3, potentially quicker than Charles, potentially 42.3 maybe from Lewis. No, but he's yellow through sector 3. No, 42.4 from Lewis. Don't hate it. He's not human. He has to be the greatest. I don't hate it, Liam. I think, you know, when the argument, when you say GOAT, it's like all these different things. When you say best, you cannot say, lest your tongue be very firmly in your cheek, that Max Verstappen is not in the argument for being the best. All heads must bow, all tongues must confess. Maximilian Verstappen might be the greatest. Done. Full stop. New paragraph. Oh, the humanity. You know who. Apropos. Fudge cake. 6/10. Not yet been in a live like the channel since quite some time. Etienne, you're a legend, mate. I appreciate you. Liam Mazepin Lawson, thank you, Lush. R2, you're a legend. F1 TV is a joke. You know what? Glassstaff. Oh my gosh, what's going on, chat? How's he done that? Go on then. Right. Right, I'm taking a check. Where's Lando, man? Like, what's going on here? Come on, Lando. It's about time, chat. Legend. All the stats. No, Max Verstappen's not very good around here. Have some of that, Cameron Cece. Mazepin would have nailed it. I don't know anymore, chat. I was fairly confident in my don't pick Max pick until now. 6/10 down the road. Joma, you're a legend. If you haven't liked the stream already, then like the stream. Please, it matters more than you might realise. Shortly thereafter, if you want to become an elated peddler, a member, click the join button, get yourself access to the Discord and priority in the chat each and every single time. Don't use the go to Attic because I think it's too laden with polemicism and controversy and best. I think the best of it. If you just say the best, I didn't, Safak. I did. I checked Max's odds yesterday and they weren't that good. I looked at them and I was like, it was like 4-1. I thought that was. I think what's happened with Max, the odds makers had overcorrected. You did tell me, Nick Marker. I think the odds makers have seen what Max is capable of the past few races, and they'd overcorrected. So all the days of like 18-1 Max and all this other stupidness, 7% of the time at Suzuka and British Grand Prix 14 all the days of that. For now, no longer. It's too. They've been burnt. Have the bookmakers too often, too frequently now. Albon is indeed on a lap. Let's see. Albon's talking about their quit. Oh my God, Albon is on 35. Albon's purple, sector 1, sector 2, having told us that the Williams goes well in 90-degree corners. What? What's he on about? I was like, how? Since when? Williams is a slippery car that will do well on like Temple of Speed-esque turns. He might go top 31.9. Alex Albon goes 0.2 slower than Max. Go on then, your runners and riders. T-minus 12 minutes as he round third base. Max Verstappen sits atop of your timing sheets on a 41.7. Albon second, 0.2 adrift. Leclerc in third on a 42.3. Hamilton on a 42.4 sits fourth. Piastri shortly thereafter in fifth. Behrman, Sainz, Hajar, Tsunoda, San and Lawson. George Russell skips up to third on a 42.1 as near as makes no difference. Purple sector 2 is hotting up, isn't it, chat? Hotting up. 40.989 sector 2 purple from George Russell. Lando Norris on one. Oh my gosh, come off the out. Do you remember, chat? Do you remember when you told me to take Lando Norris out this poll? And I said it was a nonsense decision. Go on then, stay tuned. We're about to get JP if you're still watching, mate. TWM, I want to see you in the chat in a minute because you told me to take Lando Norris out of this poll. Look now, 35.5. So he's gone 0.2 quicker in the first sector. He's gone 0.3. He's going to be half a second up here. 41.2. 41.2 from Max Verstappen. Listen. Lando Norris isn't in the poll for poll because this is democracy. And Lewis Hamilton is in the poll. AS Forza says Cam, these are not serious times. True. But that's quick. That 0.5, half a second. Oscar Piastri on a hot lap here. Let's see how quick he is in sector 1. Goes yellow micro sector though. Amongst purples, 37.2. Big mistake from Oscar. Oh my gosh, Oscar Piastri, big oversteer. Yeah, that's Oscar's lap done. Saves the ball. He needed to bail. He was on one, no chat. He was on one. 3 purple microsectors from Oscar. That's sector 1. Everybody sandbagging. Maybe. Where do you even get the idea of a Hamilton? Because everybody in the chat, Hanafi, like rewind back. TWM, My boy JP, Cameron, you're so rude. How very dare you disrespect Lewis by not putting him in the poll. Previously in the first poll, it was Lando, it was Oscar, it was Max, and it was Charles. I was happy with that because that's what the odds makers of the benchmark and bellwethers had. But everybody was like, oh, Cameron, the disrespect. Happens every single time. The disrespect, you got to put Lewis in there, blah, blah, blah. So I said, all right, then this is the democracy. I will revamp the poll, reappraise for it, and I will take Lando out. I said to the chat, who am I going to take out? Everyone said, take out Lando. Take out Lando. And I took out Lando. And look, you know what? Sometimes you've got to restart the poll, I know. I said, no, really. But Pete, the problem is people come in the chat and think I'm a numpty now. I'll have to explain it every time, but you know what? I'll revamp it for, here we go, Max Verstappen on another hot lap, 35.6. So he's half a tenth adrift of Lando Norris's time. Let's see Max. Maybe he's going yellows. Look at that, no, he's backed off. Max Verstappen backs off in sector 2. Max tried again. So he's only half a tenth off in sector 1. So that bodes well. That bodes well for Max. That he can stick with, but it's sector 2 that he needs to stick with Lando through. The bloody 90 degree. Looks like it looks like the pipe works for a bathroom. Sector 2 at Baku. You have to be consistently fast to be part of the poll, or at least on for 100%. Max tried again, but found the Ferrari in his way. Yeah, he's backed out in sector 2. But critically, he was only half a tenth off. Please don't spam. Max was blocked. Oof. So go on then. If Max was blocked, it's a shame that he wasn't blocked in sector 3. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you, Derek. 1970. Maybe I need to take back. Maybe I need to seize power back. Right? Maybe this needs to cease being a democracy. Oh, Cameron. Yeah, no, Eddie. No politics on this channel, Eddie. Can't do it, mate. I can't do it. Lucy's, he might get Paul, but I just don't think it's the most likely of outcomes. Where is he now? 7th. I do feel like a little bit of a he does get in the way a lot. Yeah, I feel like I've dropped the ball here listening. This is why sometimes you got to back yourself. Do you know what I mean? Pay attention to your own intuition if your judgment is sound. Piastri looking sketchy a bit. He needs to put a lap in, doesn't he? It's all over the shop for now. Messy weekend from Oscar. And he's quick around here. Should be quicker around here when he gets, when he has his Weetabix, when he plays his way into the Baku crease. Q and Oscar Piastri sabotage conspiracy theory Atty. Oh my gosh. Piastri has been told to bottle. Oh no, everybody said. I think Cam got compromised for the loose. Max, I didn't get compromised. I said, you know what, this is the democracy. We'll go with, everybody said. JP was in my messages, the legend. TWM said put Lewis in there. But see, where's everybody? This happens every week, chat. Every single week, I defer to the bookmakers and the experts as far as the poll for quali. And Lewis is never in the top 4. And then all of it, especially early on in the season, everybody was like, oh, all the Sir Lewis Hamilton fans, stans, fundamentalists and extremists were like, oh, the disrespect, how very dare. Where's Lewis? Why is Lewis not in the poll? Why is Lewis not in there? And then inevitably, when Lewis doesn't drop it on pole again, or doesn't get out of Q2 or Q1, everybody goes silent. There was a time when I got very spiteful and went back to the comments after qualifying and I was like, well, talk now. I just got tired of it. Now they're not so vociferous. Jinxed him in the poll. Excuse us for being dreamers, Cam. But this is reality. It's different, isn't it, hybrid? You can't, never ever will we sacrifice truth, apart from just now when I tinkered at the poll. Never ever again will we sacrifice truth, value, nor objectivity at the altar of any cognitive dissonance worthy of the moniker. Never, never. There is truth here. Cometh the hour, says Don. Go on then. Who's on Piastri? 35.7, but he's far. Look at that. 0.8, 2/10 adrift of Oscar. Going through set to what? That's not good enough. Sorry, 2/10 adrift of his. Oh wow, oh wow! Here comes Max. 35.5 goes 1/10 quicker than Oscar through set to one. Oh my God, is he about to drop it on? Is he about to go fastest, chat? Carrying a cumulative 1/10 is Max Verstappen, 4-time champion, through set to one on Lando. In a McLaren, a double brake duct MCL39. Here we go with the green microsectors. In set to 2 from Max. Pick to click is 40.7 to beat. Is Max going to beat it? Oh, he goes 41. No. Okay, so he's lost 2.5. So he's cumulatively, he's 0.15 down. So he's rounded 0.2 down. So Max is about to go 41.4 here if he can put in a decent set to 3. Oscar goes 41.5. Lando Norris has the whip hand there for 0.3 slower than his teammate is Oscar Jack. There we go, 41.4 from Max, 0.2 adrift. He'll go in and he'll fix for that maybe. He might need to tinker with the car. Antonelli up to 4th, 41.9. What is going on? Ferrari all of a sudden nowhere to be seen at the critical times as per usual. Although Charles Leclerc's on a quick lap, 35.5 through set to 1. But then yellow microsector, Charles. What's going on? And he's backed out of it. What's going on? All of a sudden. Oh yeah, Max did he touch the wall? He glazed the wall. Apropos. Huh. Oh, here we go. Lewis Hamilton. TMM. Come after our. Jovo, you're a legend. Lewis Hamilton goes quickest in set to 1, justifying the call of Sir Lewis Hamilton fans to put him on the pole for pole. Let's see if he can follow through on it. Microsectors is going green for Lewis. 35.4. So he's carrying a 10th. So, okay, so he's got a 10th advantage of Sir Lewis. He's about to make me shut my mouth here, Lewis. Set to 2. Let's see. 40.7 is the pick to click through set to 2. What's Lewis got? 40.7. He's carrying a 10th worth of pace. No. 40.7. He's carrying a 10th and then he gives away 0.4. No, he's not, Curran. He's 0.3 down now, chap. So he's going to head in about 41.5. He'd be lucky to be quicker than Oscar Piastri here. I think he'll slot in about 4th. Lewis here. 3rd. Don't hate it. 41.5. I mean, he's almost as quick as Matt. It's not a bad lap from Lewis, all told, right? We are back, says Don. I think Lewis should be on the pole for pole. You know, it's not that Lewis... The joke isn't that Lewis should be on the pole for pole. It's that Lewis should be on the pole for pole ahead of Lando. Like, what are we doing here? Never ever will I sacrifice truth, value, nor objectivity at the altar of partisanship. George Russell complaining about locking up every corner. T-minus 2 minutes left on the docket. Oh, the humanity. 500 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour and smash the like. Merck has the problem RB had. I think they're all over the shop, aren't they, Merck? I don't know what's going on with them. I've stopped following them. Do you know what I mean? From Lewis left, I don't care. Lewis about to be impeded. Karmic justice, some would say. Let the FD champion drive. You boomer, Alonso. Oof. Lewis should be, but he's not for a reason. Go on then, Woody. You think Lewis should be in the pole? Can walk in the Lewis slander back. Am I hybrid? Am I hybrid? I'll reiterate hybrid for those who didn't hear. You can have a conversation about Lewis being in the pole, but for who? You're telling me hybrid that Lewis needs to be in that pole ahead of Lando and Norris. Where's Lando? Oh, he's atop of the timing sheet. Huh. Go on, let's see. Cammy's a hater and a Max Glazer. Truth be told, says AS Forza. Go on then here, AS Forza. Join the chat in qualify. I challenge you, mate. Or leave Lewis Hamilton in that pole and let's touch base in qualifying in a couple of hours and see where Lewis Hamilton's qualified. Do you know what I mean? I side with probability. I'm not saying that Lewis can't drop it on pole, but is that the most likely outcome? Well, I'll put my chest to it. Absolutely flipping. No chance. What with fire-breathing dragon Maximilian Verstappen in the picture? No chance. Oscar Piastri. Oh, go on. Oscar's going to get a slipstream. 35.4, quickest or quicker through sector 1. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oscar, not quickest. Behaviour. Why can't they see this stuff? What? They're just not even looking. Toto won't be happy, Cam. Time to sell some red Lewis t-shirts. So hype for quali. Most likely outcome is Norris, brother. AS4. So why would I take out Lewis if I'm a Lewis hater? AS4. So you're riling me up, mate. Do you know what I mean? First place in FP2 should be taken into consideration. Mate, I just deal with the bookmakers' odds. TWM. And Lewis is never within the top 4. If I look at it now, he won't be in the top 4. And the odds makers know, right? Of course they've got to edge for money coming in, but yeah, and still. Don't pay the foot. Okay, here are your go on then. Here are your betting odds. Oh, look at Lewis. He's in the top 4. What the fudge? Lewis is in the top 4 ahead of Max. Yeah, we've got to apply some common sense here, right? So Max is 7-1. Go on then. Here are your favourites. I need to refresh for this, don't I? Lando Norris is currently favourite to drop it on pole, followed by Oscar Piastri, Charles Leclerc, and then Sir Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen on evens. So both are 7-1. Place Max with Lewis. Can't do it, man. Can't do it. Can't do it. Don't care. Yeah, Max and Lewis equal 4th or equal 3rd favourites. I feel like the bookmakers have a significant lag in updating their odds. Possibly. No, they'll update it before qualify. They've updated it now. That's why I think Lewis is ahead of Max, or same as Max. Go on then. 0 minutes, 0 seconds. We are checkered flag settings as Charles Leclerc goes to park it in the runoff area. I don't know, Robert. If it was another track, if it's Suzuka, if it was the British Grand Prix or Saudi Arabia, you'd take that every day. But Max, historically, the Baku is just not his favourite track. And the theory goes something like, because he's so smooth on the steering, through sector 2, you need to be like Alonso, hustling it right to get the car turned in. That's the theory, the general consensus, but I don't know. And breathe. That's it, chat. Oh, I don't know. Your runners and riders topping your timing sheet in FP3, round 17, Baku, Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We are into the final third of the championship, 2025. Lando Norris tops your timing sheet, having yeeted it into the barrier in FP2. Comes out 41.2. 2 tenths down the road from Lando is Maximilian Verstappen on a 41.4. Do you remember I said all this stuff? Take out Lando from the pole. Said Easy G's going to be in here in a minute, and Lando Norris is going to drop it on the pole. Listen, I'm not saying anything. Qualifying will be Techie Z. Lando Norris tops your timing sheets 2 tenths down the road from Max Verstappen in second. Oscar Piastri in third on a 41.4. Lewis Hamilton 41.5 in fourth. Not a bad time from Sir Lewis. Fifth, Antonelli. Russell in sixth, 41.9. Albon from Behrman. Lawson, Charles Leclerc in 10th. Some say that dude is the favourite to drop it on pole. You're a legend, AS4, so it's banter, of course. This channel thrives. No drives by dint of friction and difference. We can't always be saying the same thing all the time, and sometimes it's a democracy. You guys have been legends. I will see you 30 minutes before qualifying, where, of course, it will get techier than techie things. Between now and then, the prosecution rests. No further questions, Your Honour.